This is where we'd sit down and have a conversation. I'd ask you about your child's interests and achievements, their academic record, their out-of-school activities, and we'd talk about the admissions process to the school.
I think it makes all-rounded people.
My children and I have felt very welcomed here, that there isn't this sort of them and us. It's all part of a big family.
It was very much the kind of school, the friendly atmosphere and the ethos and the academic mix was right for him, so it was very much first choice.
What is so extraordinary on these occasions is the way in which the child will open up. There they are talking to a strange headmaster in front of their parents. And it would seem to be a daunting occasion, but actually I'm staggered how every time the children rise to that occasion.
One of my children in particular had had quite an unhappy experience at another school, and from being here, within 3 days he'd made a group of friends, 6 friends that he has stayed with for 7 years. He's had the most fantastic experience here. It is a conversation with an individual child who is going to be in our care for the years to come, and that's very important.
In a short period of time, he's got masses of friends, more than he had at his previous school, and they're all great lads as well. So, yeah.
One of the strengths of the school is the fact that we're in the middle of the city.
We were initially fantastically impressed by the city when I hadn't been here since I was 11 years old or something. And then we came to the school and were so delighted with it.
I'm really keen that our lessons in the school are individual and exciting.
The teaching style here is probably quite unique. I mean, the teachers are very engaged and they really try exceptionally hard to sort of spark that imagination within the students. And Tom, in his first term or so, was coming home every evening telling us about the crazy things that the teachers did just to sort of keep their enthusiasm and interest going. So it's we were quite surprised, really.
We were thrilled actually, because he seemed to blossom.
The fact that we have some characterful teachers, eccentric teachers, is really important for the life of the school, and the children respond to those teachers amazingly well.
We feel so lucky and privileged to have had our children, to have made this choice. We didn't really know where we were going, but it's worked out so well for our children.
They're by no means religious, but they are very grounded, they're very confident, and they have a sense of purpose. They're kind of discovering more and more about what makes them tick and what sets them alight.
Boarding provides the students with a wonderful home from home.
An element of boarding is good, it allows them not to be kind of with their parents all the time, allows them to be with their friends and kind of frankly push out the boundaries a bit, but there are members of staff here. So to me it's a bit of a mixture between the best of both worlds, really.
Rather than getting them home at the end of the day and then thinking, what am I going to do with them? They now need to go learn a sport or do something other and take them to some out-of-school activity. It's all catered for here.
Our students have both been day students and we live nearby, so it's very easy for them to come home. They don't seem to want to, actually.
Some of the items you'd think, oh well, perhaps he wouldn't actually want to pursue, but at the end of the day he has, and thoroughly enjoyed them, so he's sort of been opening his mind to different things as well. So
it's better than sat in front of the computer all evening doing this,
The teachers are easy to talk to, they're easy to phone, they're easy to email, and there is some interaction obviously with reports and things like that as well.
I think what's really important when you look at the boys and girls that finish at the senior school, how confident they are, how grounded they are, how they look in your eye directly and talk very personally, but with a kind of inner confidence about who they are and what they stand for and what they want out of life.
I think they got the balance about right.
It's not just about the great A-levels that they might get at the end of the senior school, but it's about how they embrace the wider world thereafter.
You can't buy that sort of thing.